We're here to bring a new type of news show.
New insights, new styles, and new topics every day.
We are News Generation.
Bringing news just for you. It's Monday, July 28th here in Seoul. I'm Lee Soo-jin, and this is News Generation. Joining us today is Q.
Thank you for having me. I hope you had a good weekend.
I hope you did too, and also Taeyeon's with us today.
Happy Monday.
Happy
Feels
Monday.
great to be back.
And both are here to speak on behalf of people in their 20s and 30s. So it's Monday, and as we kick off another work week, we're diving into a trend that's been taking over toy shops and backpack accessories all over the world, the mystery box craze. From collectible dolls like Labubus to capsule toys and random keychains, people everywhere are buying items without knowing exactly what they'll get. But before we get into today's discussion, Taeyeon, what do you think is driving the popularity of Labubus? I'm sure you've seen them all around, whether in real life or all over social media. We've actually talked about them on the show before too. So why do you think people are so obsessed with collecting them?
Well, I've definitely seen Labubus popping up everywhere, and on my social network feed, I've seen many people unboxing a mystery box, holding their breath to see which Labubu they got. And I think the craze really comes down to three things: cuteness, curiosity, and community. First, the design of Labubu is very cute. It's not just usual cuteness aesthetic, but it has this kind of creepy but endearing look, and that uniqueness makes people want to own them all. And second, the randomness is another attractive point. You don't know what you're going to get, so people go like that element of surprise because the dopamine rush, and people go like, oh, maybe this time I'll get what I want. And finally, these aren't just toys anymore. These are like the social currency. People post their collections online and sometimes trade figures with others or show off what they have on their personal collection shelves. So it's not just about collecting, it's about the emotional payoff and feeling connected to something bigger.
I like what you said about how it's really about the social currency. It's also kind of not just about the toy itself, but it's kind of experience around it. And also, I don't know if either of you has ever actually seen a Labubu in real life.
Not yet.
I've actually...
You have?
Yeah, I've actually had the rare opportunity of stroking one.
Oh.
I stroked it.
How did it feel?
It felt actually really soft, so I guess it's pretty good quality as
Compared
well.
to its like appearance, it was actually softer than
Yeah, it's very soft. So that's, yeah. So what are your thoughts on this, Q?
I had a great experience. Okay, all right. And I think the element of chance, not knowing what you'll get from the mystery box, triggers that extra curiosity within consumers. It also adds a source of entertainment and surprise from each purchase to create that sense of experience that you just mentioned, Soo-jin, which is what many youngsters are into these days. It's fun and a memorable experience for that moment at least, and that's why people are uploading, Labubu unboxing videos, receiving millions and millions of views. And another interesting thing that stood out is that the majority of consumers are in their 20s and 30s, not so much the kids. That also highlights the spending power and rise in sales and of course the prices of these dolls. And of course, not to mention the marketing success from top celebrities thanks to Blackpink's Lisa, Rihanna and Dua Lipa, who were spotted with these dolls hanging from their very, very expensive luxury bags.
So I think it was like more expensive now.
Even more. So I think it was a bit of a win-win situation from both brands.
So it's all part of this growing mystery box craze where people are buying things without knowing exactly what they'll get. And also gacha shops or capsule vending machine stores are also seen to be popping up pretty much everywhere these days. So can you tell us more about how they become so popular, Kyun?
Right, so these capsule toy machines or gacha shops that were hugely popular when we were kids have recently made their way into major spots in Seoul, such as Hongdae, Seongsu, and Yongsan, gaining popularity again. So they're especially popular among people in their 20s and 30s, often referred to kidults who are really into buying toys and like watching animations, things like that. And they mostly feature plastic miniatures of animation characters, robots, animals, and even dolls. And the price range varies widely. And because these capsule toys are not just popular in Korea, but around the world, one market research firm projects that the market will grow at an average annual rate of 10%.
So because I've heard they're also really popular, I also had the chance to visit a gacha store recently, and it was actually my first time. So I didn't really know what to expect, and I ended up trying a few myself, and honestly, I kind of do get the hype now. It's very addictive, it's really addictive, and you'll see why. So I went there with one of our video journalists, so let's take a look. So I'm here at one of the biggest gacha shops in the country, and places like this have been popping all over Korea recently. So let's go in. So the idea is quite simple. Tap your card, twist the knob, and get a surprise. Let's see if I can get the one that I want right now. So this is what I got on my first try. It's not what I wanted, but so let's try again. Okay, one more. Okay, this is for New Generation. Okay, finally, I got what I wanted. So I actually brought into the studio the keychains I got in the video, so you can here they are.
Oh, wow.
They're kind of small. I don't know how influencers
They're
do
small,
it,
but they're cute.
they're quite small
And quite expensive.
They are. They're around like 4,000 won
4,000 won
each,
each.
which I think they're on the cheaper side. So I have to admit, I was hanging out in the cheaper section.
So there are more expensive zones.
Right. So the ones are bigger and they're more fully formed. I guess this is kind of like 2D.
2D. It's
flat,
It's a
okay,
bit
small.
flat, but the ones that are bigger are also more expensive.
I see.
Some of them range are more than 10,000 won.
10,000
each.
won. Wow.
So yeah, so these are what I got. So have either of you been to a gacha shop?
No.
I was only so surprised to see how many people were there. And I actually went on a weekday, actually.
Weekdays?
And I talked to the person who was in charge of it, and he said that actually wasn't that many people there that day, which, I mean, it was hard for us to actually go in and film.
Wow.
So
it
I
was
heard-
still crowded.
Right, so on a weekend, I heard it's hard to even like move around, just to walk around.
That was in the Gangnam area?
It was in the Yongsan area.
Yongsan area.
It's,
Oh, okay.
it's supposed to be one of the biggest ones in Korea. He said there was 350 gacha machines at the store that you just saw in the video.
And I was also surprised to see like the people behind you, they were not kids, they were actually like
Right.
adults.
There weren't that
Or
many.
adults.
Yeah,
Like
you're right.
20s or 30s.
Right, there weren't actually that many like young children. So yeah, so have you guys been to one?
No, not yet, because I know once I actually go there, I'll get very addicted and I'll be there spending all my money and start our own collection. But I can say this because I was very much into claw machines or 인형 뽑기 in Korean back in the day. And oh boy, I spent a lot of my parents' money on those fluffy dolls. I once had too many in my room, taking up too much space, so I had to actually give some away to my friends. It seems people gain a sense of satisfaction when they display like collectibles somewhere in their house, or when someone comes over and when you actually show it to others, they're like, oh wow, you have these collectibles. And this sense of like owning a complete set of collectibles, and also that quest to find the rare item that you
Right.
want. Gives you that extra sense of like consumption power. Like you want to open your wallets a bit more to get that item you want, and then realize that, oh, maybe I'm spending too much, but that's a little too late.
Too late.
We're going to talk about the downsides a bit later of these random boxes, but yeah, these are some of the reasons why I haven't been to one yet. But just looking at your video, Sujin, it looks quite fun.
Right. No, I mean, I feel like there are actually more people than I thought that actually like collecting stuff. And I think for them, like I went on like a workshop with one of our video journalists here. He said he collects Starbucks cups from every city he visits. So I think it kind of gives him a sense of pride as well
Yes.
to show like I've been to this many places and I remember they've been to all these places.
And also, you can actually buy them from Tangum Market.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Another way to show off that you've been to different
Another
cities
way, yeah.
by buying them from.
So what's your experience with gacha
Well,
shops?
I haven't been to a gacha shop myself, but I had a pretty similar experience with my 5-year-old son recently. He's on a summer vacation from kindergarten, and since the weather has been so hot these days, we decided to spend time at mega malls and to stay cool. And there were gacha machines everywhere there. But these were not simple machines. I remember from when I was little. They were super fancy, colorful, shiny, with so many different types. And my son got immediately drawn to them when he first saw it. And first I said no, but after passing machine after machine, I eventually gave in. And he was so excited, not because he knew what he was going to get, but because he didn't know what he was going to get. And that hope of maybe getting the toy he really wanted wanted made the whole experience so thrilling for him. And of course, he didn't get exactly what he wanted, but he was still happy. And honestly, watching his joy kind of won me over too. So maybe next time when I visit one of these mega malls, I'll try for myself.
It's actually kind of funny, but I can relate to your son. 'Cause every time I did, I was like, maybe just one more try.
Yeah, one more try.
Right, and I started getting kind of nervous.
I
When I was
know.
opening my capsule, I was like, did I get the one I want? But I mean, it's not just about toys or collectibles, right? So hey, also, how is this trend expanded beyond just these physical items?
It's way beyond just toys and collectible now. Whole randomness factor has expanded into all kinds of lifestyles or even experiences. For example, there are random coffee or dessert boxes where you don't know what flavor or design you're going to get until you open the box. Or surprise beauty boxes you subscribe, and each month you receive a mix of like skincare products or beauty products, but you have no idea what's inside. And one really interesting example I saw recently was in restaurants. Some places offer lucky menu where you pay a fixed price, but the dish is randomly selected by the chef, so you don't know what you're going to eat. It's a little small gamble, but it turns eating into a game, which makes the entire experience much more memorable.
Right, and I think it kind of sounds like a casual version of omakase.
Yeah, it
But instead
is.
of, I guess you're not really leaving it up to the chef's vision. It's like totally, it's like a food lottery. And I guess, like you said, that would make it very memorable. And there are
Right.
pros and cons to it.
And I believe you
Right.
guarantee a certain level of quality of the
Okay.
food, yes, because you have to pay the fixed price anyways.
Oh, that makes sense. That's good. Okay. So, are there any other areas where this trend of random or blind purchases is showing up, Kyung?
Yes, recently there has been a craze for random consumption in China as well. Popular examples include ordering random breakfast menus, like kind of similar to what Seyoung mentioned, or purchasing travel packages where the destination and dates are chosen at random. It's called manghe in Chinese, meaning blind box, and people are happy with what they get because it saves them the trouble of choosing, which could be time consuming and even stressful at times. And similarly, random travel packages are also gaining popularity as consumers don't need to plan ahead of like the travel plans while feeling quite excited and like anticipating what will be revealed like just a few days before the actual travel day. So I think people in China especially are really into this craze of this random things popping up and not
that-
expecting the unexpected.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like with that, the pros and cons are very clear.
Very clear.
I don't like planning. So that sounds nice. Not being the stress of planning is completely gone, but at the same time, like, because I know you kind of find out like the destination right before you go, right? So that also I feel like you get a lot of anxiety from that.
Exactly.
So would you go on?
No. I like to
No
plan
hesitation
things
there.
out.
Okay, no
ahead.
hesitation
Yes,
there.
no hesitation. I wouldn't try it yet.
Okay, so why are young people especially drawn to this kind of random consumption thing? Is it about the thrill, the surprise, or is there something deeper?
I think this trend really reflects what younger generations are craving these days. Impromptu experiences and novelty. In a world where everything is so unsurprising thanks to algorithms and personalization, people intentionally choose something that they can control. And that little bit of unpredictability feels refreshing sometimes. And it's also a way to make everyday life more exciting because even a simple coffee order can feel like an adventure when you don't know what you're going to get.
And I think what you said is really true because I feel like nowadays there's more pressure to make the best of your
Right.
time because everyone's carving out hard-earned time in their lives. So that's why I guess, like you said, adding the bit of spontaneous planning will make it more like an adventure, make it more memorable.
Yeah.
Well, are there some other reasons about this?
So the claw machine games that I was very much into, I also considered a form of recession-type consumption. So back in 2017, claw machine arcades were hugely popular for the same reason. And with relatively little money that people have, people can actually enjoy both entertainment and the joy of spending money at the same time. It's part of the phenomenon where the worse the economy gets, the more people turn to simple hopes, like buying the lottery ticket, that are purely just based on luck rather than skills or effort.
Right, it's like a tiny kind of affordable game where it gives you hope. So to learn more about this trend of consumption where people buy things without knowing exactly what they're getting, we're speaking with a young person from the Philippines who's been actively taking part from mystery boxes to gacha toys and more. So that conversation will be taking place right after the break, so stay tuned.
NewsGen wants to hear from you. Go to YouTube and search our channel Arirang News. Click Community and leave a comment down below. Make a new type of news with us.
Today we're joined by Jade, who's an avid mystery box shopper from the Philippines. Hi Jade, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me again here.
So what kinds of mystery boxes, capsule vending machines, or similar items do you enjoy, and how often do you buy them? And this is a bit of a personal question, but how much do you usually spend on them?
Well, in terms of mystery boxes, I'm more into cute, compact items that could fit nicely on my office desk since I'm working in office. Like what I have here, I have this cute little ones here. This is called Mofusans, and these are Mofusan blind boxes. I have a few collections and other capsule toys with fun and animal-themed design. I love browsing through collectible figures, especially with the ones with playful and unique looks that add a bit of personality to my space. I only started collecting recently and usually buy a box about once a month or when I feel like I want to treat myself. And yes, I've also gotten a few gifts from my friends and who knows I'm into this kind of stuff. So far, I think I've spent around $100 to $150, or which is around 120,000 won, which I think it isn't too bad since Mofusan figures or toys are pretty affordable and perfect for collectors who want something cute without breaking their banks.
Wow, Jade, we can see that you're definitely into the trend.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the most exciting about this type of shopping?
Well, I really need to pay attention much to mystery.
Hi, I think we are facing some connection difficulties. So we're gonna connect with her again soon. So while we wait to connect with her, we're gonna move on to the final part of our discussion today. So with any trend, there's usually a flip side to any trends, pretty much. Kyun, are there any concerns or downsides to this growing craze where people are buying things without knowing exactly what they're getting into?
Yes, the thrill and fun of random purchasing can make it highly addictive, especially when people don't get the exact product they want. So it can lead to overspending. Just what I experienced with claw machines when I really wanted that specific Pokemon doll that I really that I couldn't draw out. But it took me.
Which Pokemon doll was it?
It starts with P.
P.
Oh,
okay.
And S.
Okay.
The water.
Character.
Yeah, the
Main character.
classic, the yellow one and the blue one. This in turn encourages companies to use gambling-like marketing tactics. In fact, some random product sellers have faced controversy for not disclosing the exact quantity of high-value items, and it's quite difficult to find out how many they were in the first place unless it goes through under deeper legal investigation.
Right, Sam, are there any rules or regulations then around mystery box marketing, especially to minors?
First of all, I totally agree with what Kyun has just said. That's a really important point. Mystery box marketing might seem fun and harmless on the surface, but there are growing concerns, especially when it comes to minors or young kids. Right now in Korea, there aren't specific laws that directly ban the sales of blind box to kids, but consumer advocacy groups have been calling for stronger regulations because a lot of these products blur the line between play and gambling, and also companies often make returns or exchanges almost impossible, and the actual value of the product is sometimes far less than the price you pay. So yeah, that's where it starts to feel exploitative, and many people argue that we need more laws or regulations.
Right, and transparency definitely helps consumers, which is something that I know you care about as a mom too. So I think we're gonna connect again with our Zoom with Jade today. Jade, can you hear us?
Yes.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, sorry
Jade,
about it.
Welcome back.
Internet
Good to see you back.
Yes,
So-
technical issues.
Yes,
But
continuing my
yes,
question.
yes,
So what do you
I'm back.
find the most exciting about this type of shopping?
Yes. Well, about it, again, I never really paid much attention to mystery toys until I discovered these adorable Moffisan cats. They were so cute and quirky, and I just had to try one. And I thought they'd be a really fun little addition to my office desk. And out of curiosity, and since they've been trending lately, I decided to buy one for myself. And I can still remember the thrill of opening my very first blind box and hoping to pull my favorite design. And that little moment of surprise sparked something in me. And since then, I've found myself buying more of these small, charming figures. And what excites me the most about this is the type of shopping. Is the anticipation and the element of surprise as we open. It feels like a mini celebration every time we unbox one, and it brings outbursts of thrill and happiness, and I proudly display them on my desk.
Jade, but at the same time, have you ever experienced any concerns or downsides when purchasing a mystery box or similar items?
So we just faced a bit of technical difficulties today, but we'll move on to the last part. So finally, is there a way to enjoy this trend of buying things without knowing exactly what you get more wisely, Q? And how do you keep it fun and exciting without going too overboard?
So maybe I'm like answering instead of Jade. Okay, so I think it's everything in moderation to begin with. Most trends come and go, and it's great to be a part of the hip only if you're able to manage how much you're actually spending. But in many of the cases, you don't really realize how much you've spent once you start buying everything. And you go home, you're like, oh, I have a lot of collectibles, but what am I going to do with them? And interestingly, I saw this video of unboxing video of these Labubu dolls, and what I saw, and I found it very funny how the creator's face would get worse and worse every time he unpacked, unwrapped.
So they're getting what they didn't really want.
Because he didn't end up getting what he wanted, and he's like,
but he
and then,
already spent
exactly,
a lot of money.
and at the top of the screen it said minus $400 or something.
Oh no!
And he was about to cry, and I thought, hey, what's the message of this video? It's fun, the fact that he's actually, it's a surprise. You don't know what's inside, but once you actually don't get what you want, it leaves you with like just excessive dolls that you don't know what to do with. And I think if I have to mention one downside, it could become a complete waste if you don't utilize it. And I'm sure Seyoung would know exactly what I mean, having two kids, having the feeling precious to buy these gifts for their kids. So Seyoung would explain further.
Yeah, from my personal experience as a mom, I have seen how easy it is for kids to get hooked when they see these like random like gacha machines and everything. And my daughter is too young, but my son is old enough. I believe he's old enough to understand what I say. So I try to have this small conversation with him, like, why are we buying this and what are we buying just for fun, and do we really need it in the first place? And having those kind of small conversation can plant the seeds of healthy spending habit later on. So I want to say, keep it fun, keep it intentional, don't let it overwhelm you. So in that way, you will enjoy that trend in a very healthy way.
I mean, that sounds like there's a lot of patience coming from you.
Right. Did I sound like a scoldy mom? Sorry about that.
A wise mom. A wise mom indeed.
Another thing I guess someone can do is like for you said you gave them away, right? So that could be, maybe that person can also give some away to
That's an option.
So whether it's for the thrill, the fun of collecting, or just a little surprise in your day, buying without knowing what you'll get has clearly captured people's attentions. And with any trend, balance is key. So if you're going to try it, enjoy the fun, but maybe keep an eye on your wallet too. So we're conducting a program survey including News Generation until August 17th to better meet our viewers' expectations. So please visit us at www.arirang.com or on the Arirang TV mobile app to share your valuable feedback. And by participating, you'll also have a chance to win Bluetooth earbuds and exclusive K-pop merchandise. And this brings us to the end of today's episode of News Generation, but News Gen will be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Korea time. Big thanks to Kyun.
Always a pleasure.
Good to have you. And Seyoung.
Thank you
For joining us today. And to all our viewers, thanks so much for watching, and we hope you have the best day. We are News Generation.